Welcome back. As you know, it's been a while since I've done a Harley video. Spring came and went. We're well into the summer, and I'm finally just getting to this bike. I rode it around here and there, but one thing I'm noticing is a little bit of pinging under heavy throttle. So maybe the timing's too far advanced, or maybe it's running a little lean. To figure that out, I hooked up an air-fuel ratio gauge, and I'll show you how I did that. So this is just a magnetic mount, and this is just an AEM gauge. Put a little tape here to not scratch it, and I wired it to the I just have the plug for the trickle charger hooked up to the positive and negative of this, and I just plug it in when I go to use it. Right now it's dead. It doesn't come on with the key or anything, but this is a temporary solution anyway. Forgive the fact that the bike's all dusty. Here I have it hooked up to the rear cylinder. I'm only doing the rear cylinder because in theory that runs the hottest, so as long as that's good, the front should be good. And then I have it wired all coiled up here because it's meant for a car, so I got a lot of extra slack. I have the side cover off so I can make my timing adjustments as I go, and this just runs over to the battery. So I'm going to fire the bike up, let it warm up for a bit, then I'll throw the GoPro on the helmet and we'll go for a ride. As I'm doing this post-processing, I'm realizing this air-fuel ratio gauge is almost entirely unreadable through the camera. Reason for that is the refresh rate on this LED display and the frame rate of the camera not playing nice together. So I went to refilm it because, among other things, I wasn't happy with the audio quality. You could hear a lot of chain noise, way more than I intended. So you'll see I did refilm a little bit of it. You know, I'm in different clothes and whatnot, different day completely. But that's okay. I kept an eye on the air-fuel ratio gauge, and it really never went lean under throttle, so that's good. It'll go lean when you let off the gas, you know, you could hear the lean pop, that's fine. But under throttle, it stayed where it needs to be, so I'm happy with the fueling. But as I was refilming that, the audio quality got a little bit better, but I ended up having this little unintended consequence. This got sucked into the chain, so at some point the audio cut out and you'll hear this awful noise. That's this rubbing right up against the chain. No damage was done other than to this. So I gotta find a better spot to mount this next time. But anyway, in an effort just to finally put a video up and not throw this video out completely, I'm just gonna post it. Don't mind the poor audio quality and the fact you can't see the air-fuel ratio gauge. I'll figure that one out. We'll do another riding video soon. don't beat up on me too hard for my riding. This is really the first time I'm beating on this bike, so the first few times it was only like 75% throttle. From there on out, I was kind of doing 100%. And this thing is pretty damn quick compared to my other bike. I'm not really totally used to where to shift it at and whatnot yet. So that's a learning curve. I'll get through that. I mean, it feels great though, so really no complaints there. Easy to get used to. It's kind of hard to focus on shifting, watching the air-fuel ratio gauge, and then listening for the pinging I'm listening for. I'm not sure how well it'll come through in the audio. We'll see in post-processing, but I'm still hearing it a bit. During the riding, I knocked down the timing a little bit, the timing curve. Daytona twintec, they recommend you start at, for a mildly to mid-modified motor, they recommend you start at an initial timing of 5 and then an advanced curve of 7. And then you back it down from there if it's pinging, and it is. And then they also say for a high compression motor, which, this is borderline. I don't really consider it too high compression, that you should start it at initial of 2 and an advanced curve of 2. So I think I backed it all the way down to 2 and it's still pinging. I do have 93 octane in there, as well as a little bit of a octane booster, so I don't think it's a fuel issue. You also notice the fuel gauge is still not working right. The tank is nearly full. It's reading empty. Something I gotta work on. But anyway, I think my next step might be trying to change the heat range on the spark plug. Or maybe it's not pinging at all. Maybe I'm just hearing something mechanical and going crazy again. So that's all I got for this video. Just a quick ride. And thanks for watching.